If you want to add a fan to your workstation or server, you have a choice between 3 and 4-pin variants. In theory, both types can be speed controlled. However, if you connect the 3-pin fan to a 4-pin header, chances are that your fan will just spin at full speed all the time and make a lot of noise. If you are sensitive to such things like me, this video will show you how adding a simple inline resistor to the fan cable can reduce the noise to a level that you are comfortable with. First, you have to figure out how much power your fan actually needs. A good point to start is the sticker at the back of the fan itself. Here, I got a Noctua fan for 12 volts 0.12 amps, which means it pulls up to 1.44 watts. However, this is not actually true. Here I have another 12 volts fan which is rated at 0.2 amps, which I am going to connect to my bench power supply. To do that, I just stuck a paper clip into pin 1 and another into pin 2 and then attached the alligator clips. As you can see, even at 12 volts, the fan only requires under 0.06 amps, so less than a third as advertised. As I turn down the volts, the fan keeps spinning and the RPMs drop. Even with just 6 volts and 0.02 amps, the fan has no issue spinning. I periodically stop the blades with my hand to check whether the fan has enough power to start up again. 3.7 volts seems to be too low, so I turn it back up until I find the minimum, which seems to be around 4.5 volts at 0.025 amps, which is about 0.11 watts. You can easily calculate which resistor you need through Ohm's law, and by that I mean find a website which does it for you to save time. You need to pay attention to two things. First, of course, the ohms value, but also the wattage rating for the resistor, and choose a part that gives you some headroom. Otherwise, the modified cable will get hot and become potentially dangerous. For this cable, I settled on a 100 ohm resistor with a 2 watts rating, which is well above the 0.64 watts I theoretically need. Because I don't want to ruin my fan, I chose to modify the long extension cable that shipped with my Noctua fan. First, cut the sheeting with a razor blade and pull out the middle wire, which in my case was red. Then cut a section out of the wire, strip the plastic off and tin the ends. Into the gap, solder your resistor. I like to use a heat-resistant glove to keep the resistor from rolling away and prevent burns. When the solder has become solid, trim out the ends and then wiggle the modified cable back into the sheathing. I like to move the little flag over the resistor so it has no chance of falling out. And there you have it, one low noise adapter cable specifically tuned towards your ears and the needs of your fan.